actually have the record of speaking, taking less time than I'm allotted.
Delighted, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so good afternoon. I come here as a strictly 0.5 part of the dialogue. And you have heard a lot about the background and so on and so forth. So what I would like to to say is that a lot has been said about the connectivity issue, and I just want to say that in my view this is also the key. And the previous speaker has said about the software, but I think to have connectivity you really need the hardware in place first, and this is where the missing links are. And I think my colleague over there, Dr. Prabir from RIS, has already said what needs to be said. So I just want to say that thanks, Prabir, for highlighting it, and I hope it gets a wider circulation. I just want to bring home to the audience how difficult it is to use the trilateral highway. Okay, so you can imagine the link from Moreh to Mandalay, and then Mandalay to Yangon, and then Yangon to Mesot in Thailand. That is the trilateral highway, as it pertains to the regional dimension. Professor Nishimura has already stressed the importance of domestic connectivity, so I don't want to say any more about it. This is the following information is taken from websites as reported by travelers around end of December 2013. Okay, so somebody said on the network, the link from Moreh, Tamu, Mandalay. Okay, all right. I'm just quoting now. Let me see. From Moreh to Mandalay, it's a 470 kilometer stretch that takes 6 hours. There's a weekly bus service, and you have to stay overnight. All right. So, in other places, to travel less than 500 kilometers, you can do in half a day. You know? And by high-speed trains that we are now talking about in Thailand, between Bangkok and Chiang Mai, that would take about 3 hours at most to compete with low-cost airlines. So it seems that to cover the distance of 500 kilometers is not an insuperable feat, and that should be very easily done in terms of the hardware. So what's the problem? Between Mandalay and Yangon, I think we leave it to Myanmar to say that it is a wonderful connection already. I have seen pictures that it's an 8-lane road, and should probably be and should serve Myanmar very well, because that is where the commercial heartland of Myanmar is. But if you just exist in your commercial heartland and you don't connect with anybody, you are losing out on a lot of things. So this is the message on the Myanmar, on the Mandalay Yangon stretch, that it may be very good, but it should be connected to the rest of the world outside also. Now, moving on from the Yangon to Mesot, which is the southern end of the trilateral highway. This is the report from TripAdvisor or some such tourist website. The distance is about 500 kilometers also from Yangon over the mountains into Mesot, which is a mountain town on Thailand. From Mesot to if you take from Thailand, which I have done part of, Mesot to Mewadi, you can take about 15 minutes. Just cross the river, a good road, and then a short ride into the market town of Mewadi. Yeah? And that's where the road stops. From then on, it's about the rest of about just under 500 kilometers. You have to go through in order to reach Yangon, this is what you have to do. It takes about 5 to 6 hours from Miyawadi to a place called Kokorek, where you stop for lunch. Then from then another 4 to 7 hours by car or by bus to Pa An, which is the capital of the state, and then on to Yangon. What's more, the road from Kokorek to Miyawadi is passable one way only. So you can travel on it only on alternate days, one direction or the other, depending on the day. So altogether, it would take you a long time. So one can say that given these times taken, connectivity is somewhat missing within the border of Myanmar, and one wonders why does it take what needs to be done to open up the bottlenecks that are largely in Myanmar. Okay, so maybe Dr. Tan can say a few words on that if we have time. However, so that is where things seem to stand at present. But there's silver lining on the cloud. We have statements saying that between India and Myanmar, 2016, the stretch will be finished, and I heard a date, 2018, something will happen in Myanmar, and I think we can say that from Thailand we stand ready to extend the road. Already we have a government agency that supports developing economic development in neighboring countries, and that stands ready to provide finance for the building of the road. So with all that, I would just say that from Thailand alone, we have about 20 million tourists a year, and I'm sure half of that will want to go north, and maybe half of that again will want to go further than the north of Thailand, into Myanmar, into northeast India. So think about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.